There is a moment in every spiritual journey when the soul starts to hear God's voice more clearly, not with the ears, but with the heart. And suddenly, there's no going back. This is the second mansion of the interior castle. If the first mansion was a soul waking up, the second is a soul standing up. The dust hasn't settled, the noise is still loud, but the heart has tasted something. It has felt the stirrings of grace, and now it desires more. Saint Teresa of Ávila describes this stage as a battlefield, because here, the soul has truly entered the castle, but it's still close enough to the world to hear its shouts. Temptations increase, old habits fight back. There is a constant pull, one step forward, and the temptation to take 2 steps back. It's a spiritual tug of war. But why does this happen? Because the enemy knows the soul has begun to belong to God. And when that happens, resistance is inevitable. In this second mansion, God's voice begins to echo more gently within. Not loudly, not dramatically, but through good books, spiritual friendships, sermons, and especially through prayer. We begin to recognize that prayer is no longer a duty, it's becoming a lifeline. Even if distractions come, even if dryness remains, the soul returns again and again to prayer, because it has glimpsed its importance. This is also the mansion of decision. God doesn't force, He invites. He draws the soul with love, but the soul must begin to say yes, not just once, but every day. And here lies the beauty and the pain of this stage. The soul begins to understand that holiness isn't about emotion, it's about commitment. It's the quiet yes in the midst of confusion, the whispered prayer in the middle of doubt, the choice to keep walking even when the way seems unclear. Saint Teresa says the soul here is determined to go forward, but still struggles with worldly distractions. It begins to long for more solitude, more silence, deeper prayer, but also finds itself drawn back to comfort, fear, or routine. This tension is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of life. God allows this battle to strengthen our will, to test our fidelity, and to teach us that spiritual growth is not about our strength, but about His grace working in our weakness. And yet, we are not alone. In the second mansion, God gives us companions, holy friendships, wise mentors, even saints whose lives speak to us. Their voices encourage us. Keep going. Don't give up. God is working, even if you don't see it yet. We begin to see sin not just as bad behavior, but as what it truly is, anything that distances us from the one we love. And so, little by little, the soul begins to detach, not out of fear, but out of love. The desires of the world start to lose their taste, and the soul begins to hunger for something it can't yet fully name: intimacy with God. But we must be patient. The second mansion is still early in the journey. There will be setbacks, tears, boredom, maybe even the temptation to stop praying. But every return to prayer is a small victory. Every confession, a renewal. Every act of humility, a brick laid on the path to deeper union. Saint Teresa encourages us. God is so good, so merciful, that if we persevere, He will never fail us. The King still calls from the innermost chamber. And even if His voice is soft, it's unmistakable. So to the soul in the second mansion, I say this: don't be discouraged by the battle. Don't mistake dryness for absence. God is working in secret. Your yes quiet, repeated, faithful is the very path to the next door. Keep going.